What's good, Rizzle fam? It's your boy Big Man. NBA YoungBoy is not happy with Lil Baby, and he has recently called him out for being fake. YoungBoy has very little respect for Lil Baby, even though he quoted his lyrics at a recent Memphis Grizzles game on live TV. There's been a since-deleted tweet on YB's personal Twitter account that showed nothing but hate for what seemed like a pretty friendly gesture coming from Lil Baby. To make it even worse, YB showed very little regret while he was at it. It's been a moment since we heard from YB and Lil Baby, so here we come with a fresh new update for all y'all. So after a recent Grizzlies victory over the Atlanta Hawks, Ja Morant and Lil Baby exchanged a few words. Given the Ja is an avid hip-hop fan, and especially a Lil Baby fan, this comes as no surprise. As a sign of respect, he decided to take off his jersey, sign it, and give it to Lil Baby as a gift. Why the gesture come from Ja Morant? Now, as he signed the jersey with a message saying, "Love, brother," you can hear Lil Baby in the background talking. In fact, Lil Baby quoted one of the NBA YoungBoy tracks, his lyrics. In the video, we can hear him say, and if you don't know by now, this is a famous YB lyric from the track called Fresh Prince of Utah.
It's a parade inside my city, so you get it.
The reason why Lil Baby used this exact lyric is because Ja Morant used the very same lyric a number of times before. It's become somewhat of a slogan that he uses alongside his teammates. Just like that time he interrupted Santi Aldama during his interview.
It's a parade inside my city.
But that same line got Ja Morant into quite some trouble lately. Because of his little incident that he had in a strip club in Colorado a few weeks ago, the use of a lyric that references gun violence doesn't sit well with a lot of folks watching the NBA. See, Ja himself flashed a tool, and it was caught on Instagram. There's even a photo that found its way to the internet of him in the strip club with the stripper giving him a lap dance. This was unacceptable, and the NBA officials punished Ja by suspending him for 8 straight games. The basketball community can't really seem to find common ground when it comes to forming an opinion on Ja's choice. Some retired players like Paul Pierce, well, he'd say we shouldn't judge Ja because we don't understand his life. Others, well, they all disagree. The undisputed host Skip Bayless, Skip, he's taking issue with Ja quoting YB.
It was not a good sign that he quoted that rap lyric. And you either have to give him credit for being a smart kid or not a smart kid, and I give him high credit because I think he's a smart kid.
And later, he went on to say, it's not the best look to quote the rap lyric just as you're coming back from dangling a gun. It's a vacuum. It's the smallest deal. In context, it's a reasonably big deal to me. Whatever the case is, the fact that Lil Baby quoted a song from YoungBoy didn't result in an outcome that a lot of people expected, especially now with the recent change of heart and thinking that YB has gone through. See, this little reference did not sit well with YB at all. He left a very disrespectful comment for Lil Baby that even mentioned his relationship with YB's biggest op, Lil Durk. On his personal Twitter account, we saw NBA YoungBoy post this after we saw that Lil Baby was quoting his lyric. That got to run into me too, better remember he chose a side, this shit get gangster boy. This kind of reply from NBA YoungBoy wasn't appreciated much from the side of his fans. Some thought it was a bad move. Bro was genuinely singing his music. L response, YB. Others simply don't see what the fuss is all about. Nothing but friendly vibes come from Lil Baby. Why is so mad at Lil Baby though? And one comment reflected on the fact that YB might be preaching about peace, but this comment was not aligned. So much for stop the violence. So, as we can see, YB has been a bit mad these last couple days, and if you didn't get the ending part of the tweet, well, he basically told Baby that he chose who he's gonna be friends with and that there's no switching sides now. Yeah, he's talking about Lil Durk. Durk and Lil Baby have collabed on several joints in the recent years, and they even linked up for a collaborative album of all things, The Voice of Heroes in 2021, as well as DJ Khaled's Every Chance I Get and Meek Mill's sharing locations. Given that YB is cooking up a new album, it looks like we probably won't get a verse from Lil Baby on Don't Try This at Home. But it's not like these two have never worked together before. NBA YoungBoy got Lil Baby and Plies to hop on his track Cross Me back in 2018. This naturally was not their only track together. They were together on One Shot from the Fast and Furious 9 F9 soundtrack. They made a hella dope track and a lot of people loved, and this track still has some traction today. However, the little comment summarizes the current situation between Baby and YB as well. Sad we might not get a song from these two anymore, Lil Baby close to Durk. And the two really haven't linked up since 2 years ago. Given his recent tweet, seems like NBA YoungBoy truly isn't interested in working with anyone who also works with his op, Lil Durk. YB specifically highlighted the fact that Lil Baby is working with Durk, and perhaps that's the biggest obstacle for him. Maybe he doesn't have anything against Baby personally, but the fact that he's hanging out with Durk, well, that's getting in the way. But it is what it is. You are who you spend your time with, and if YB thinks that Baby spends too much time around Durk, well, that just means they can't be homies. Academics already talked about YB and how he chooses who he's going to do music with. One thing's for sure, sure YB doesn't care about your status, glory, or the momentum that you got going on. If he doesn't like doing a track with you, then it really don't matter who you are. If you're the GOAT of hip-hop, YB don't care. He's just that type of dude. At this very moment, Lil Baby did not respond to YB's tweet. Maybe he didn't even notice that the tweet is even there, but only time's gonna tell. If he does respond to this diss, you can bet that we're gonna inform all y'all about it. But what y'all think about the recent YB diss on Twitter? Did he take it too far for no real reason, or is this the way it should be? Tell us more about it in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you like the content, then make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, remember to keep it RIZZLE Rizzle.